Most people are looking at the wrong number when they decide if they can retire on $4,000 a month. They look at their Social Security statement, and they look at their savings, and they assume it's not enough. But that's the wrong question. The question isn't, can you retire on $4,000 a month? The question is, where can you retire on $4,000 a month? Because I just looked at some brand new data from MoneyLion, published this month, and it shows something most financial advisors won't tell you. There are at least 5 states where $4,000 a month doesn't just work, it gives you actual breathing room. And there are a lot of states where $4,000 a month is a financial disaster waiting to happen. I will cover the worst 3 in this video just to let you know. I'm going to show you both of them side by side. And I'm going to show you the real numbers, not just the hopeful numbers. This is not a small decision. This can have a major impact on your retirement. All right, let me say this clearly. $4,000 a month is $48,000 a year. Now, the average Social Security check in 2026 is about $2,080 a month. That's roughly $25,000 a year. So if Social Security is your only income, you need another $23,000 from savings, a pension, part-time work, or something else to hit that $4,000 mark. A lot of you are in that range right now. Social Security plus a small pension, Social Security plus a modest draw from your 401k. $4,000 a month is not extravagant. It's reality for millions of boomers right now. Now, before I show you the state, you need to understand what these numbers include. The comfortable retirement cost from this study is based on the 50-30-20 rule. That means 50% goes to necessities, housing, food, healthcare, transportation, utilities, insurance. 30% goes to wants, entertainment, travel, dining out, hobbies. 20% goes to savings, emergency reserves, long-term care planning. This is a comfortable retirement. Not surviving, not scraping by, comfortable. And here's something critical. Numbers assume you're paying for housing, mortgage, or rent. If you own your own home outright and have very little or zero debt, your actual monthly cost could be significantly lower. We're talking $800 to $2,000 a month less in some cases. Keep that in mind as we go through these numbers. Your personal situation changes everything. So where does $4,000 a month actually work? Let's start at number 5. And count down to the cheapest state in America, and the number 1 state has the best tax deal for retirees in the entire country. 0 tax on every form of retirement income, and I mean 0. They're coming in at number 5, Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma doesn't get any glamour points. Nobody's putting it on a postcard, but for retirement math, it is really tough to beat. Here's what the numbers look like. Total estimated annual comfortable retirement cost in Oklahoma is $39,286 a year. That's $3,274 a month. That is well under $4,000. Social Security is fully exempt from state tax in Oklahoma. Military pensions are fully exempt. Other retirement income like IRA withdrawals and non-military pensions, those are taxed, but at a very low rate, 0.25% to 4.75%. Average home price in Oklahoma, about $217,000, one of the lowest in the country. Property taxes average about $1,300 a year, super manageable. So at $4,000 a month income, you've got over $700 a month cushion. And if you own your home free and clear, you could be living comfortably and on $3,500 a month, no problem. Oklahoma is one of those stealth affordable states that most people completely overlook. I've seen couples there living well on $36,000 a year because they have no mortgage and the daily costs, groceries, utilities, insurance are among the lowest in the nation by far. Number 4, this one catches people off guard. A state where you can buy a home for under $200,000 and property taxes are so low they barely register. Let me show you. Number 4, Arkansas. And this is another one of those states that flies under the radar. Here's why it works. Arkansas does not tax Social Security benefit. And for other retirement income, they have a significant exemption. The first $6,000 of retirement income for individuals or $12,000 for couples is exempt from state income tax. That is real money in your pocket. Now, let's look at the cost side. Total estimated annual comfortable retirement costs about $37,811 a year. That's $3,151 a month. That's $849 under the $4,000 mark. Average home price, about $198,000. Property taxes, about $1,100 a year. That's below the national average on everything. At $4,000 a month in income, you've got nearly $850 a month in breathing room. And again, if you own your own home and you're debt-free, you're looking at living comfortably on $2,800 to $3,000 a month. The tax situation is favorable. The cost of living is low, and the natural beauty in Northwest Arkansas in the Ozarks is something most people never see coming. If you've never been there, it's worth it to go check it out. All right, numbers 3 through 1. This is where the math gets really interesting. And the number 1 state, nobody talks about it. It has 0 state tax on Social Security, 0 on pensions, 0 on IRA withdrawals, 0 on 401k withdrawals, 0 on everything. So let's get to it. Number 3, Louisiana. Louisiana is a state where culture and cost of living collide in your favor. The food, the music, the lifestyle, it's all rich, but the cost of living, not even close. Total estimated annual comfortable retirement costs, $37,570 a year. That's only $3,131 a month. Again, well under $4,000. Louisiana does not tax Social Security benefits, and they offer a significant retirement income exclusion, up to $6,000 per person for pension and annuity income. That's a real advantage. Average home price, about $190,000. Property taxes among the lowest in the country, around $1,100 a year. At $4,000 a month income, you've got nearly $870 a month in cushion. And for your homeowners with no mortgage, you could be living a really comfortable life on $3,000 a month or less. Now, Louisiana does have some trade-offs: hurricane risk, insurance costs on the coast, and some areas with higher crime. So you have to choose your location carefully, but from a pure number standpoint, $4,000 a month in Louisiana doesn't just survive, it thrives. And you're doing pretty well there on $4,000 a month. All right, number 2, the cheapest housing in the entire United States of America. You can buy a home here for less than what a down payment costs in most states. And property taxes, the lowest in the country, period. Let me show you. Number 2, West Virginia. Now, if you want affordable housing, this is the gold standard. The average home price in West Virginia is about $167,000. $167,000, that's super cheap. You can buy a perfectly livable home in West Virginia for less than what a down payment costs in most states. And property taxes, the lowest in the entire country. The median homeowner pays just $881 a year, and that's not a typo. Total estimated annual comfortable retirement cost, roughly $36,500 a year. That's about $3,042 a month. At $4,000 a month, you've got nearly $1,000 a month in breathing room. That is a significant amount. Now, the tax situation is not as generous as some other states on the list. West Virginia does tax some retirement income, but they exempt 65% of Social Security benefits from state tax, and there are senior property tax credits available that can reduce your costs even further. And here's something the numbers can't show: community. Small towns in West Virginia where neighbors actually know each other and help each other, for a lot of retirees, that matters as much as the math. And if you own a home free and clear with no debt, well, you could easily be living comfortably in West Virginia on $2,800 a month, very easily. That can be a very expensive mistake to ignore, so don't overlook West Virginia. West Virginia certainly belongs on your list. All right, now number 1. This is a state that does what no other state can do. It gives you 0 tax on every single form of retirement income, and one of the lowest costs of living in America. This is the best deal in the United States, bar none. So let me show you the number. Number 1 most affordable state to live in, Mississippi. And I want to be very specific about why. Mississippi is the only state in America where all of the following are true. Social Security, 0 state tax. Pension income, 0 state tax. IRA withdrawals, 0 state tax. 401k withdrawals, 0 state tax. Every single source of retirement income is exempt from state income tax. That is not common. That is extraordinary. Now, let me say this clearly. That alone doesn't make Mississippi the best state for every person. Of course it doesn't. But from a pure number standpoint, it is the best deal in retirement in America. Total estimated annual comfortable retirement costs, roughly $35,300 a year. That's about $2,942 a month. That is way under your $4,000 a month budget. Cost of living, Mississippi is one of the 3 cheapest states in the country. Average home price, about $180,000. Property taxes, about $1,200 a year. Here's what the 0 tax on retirement income actually means in real dollars. If you're pulling $48,000 a year from Social Security and retirement accounts in Mississippi, you keep all $48,000. In a state that taxes retirement income at 5%, you're losing $2,400 a year. Over a 25-year retirement, that's $60,000 gone. Poof, right in the thin air, just because of the state you choose. So you remember, you got to do the full math, not the hopeful math, but we do the real math here on this channel. So Mississippi lets you keep it all and lets you live on less than anywhere else. And if you own your own home free and clear, I've talked to retirees in Mississippi comfortably on $2,500 a month because they own their own home free and clear and they don't have any debt. That's super cheap, very affordable. Because with no mortgage and zero debt and no state tax on retirement income and the lowest cost of living in the country, the math just works. Now let me show you the flip side for comparison purposes, because $4,000 a month in the wrong state doesn't just feel tight, it's impossible. And the gap between the cheapest states and the most expensive states, it's not a small gap, it's staggering. Let me show you what $4,000 a month looks like in the 3 most expensive states. Number 3, Massachusetts. Comfortable annual retirement costs, $111,145. That's $9,262 a month. $4,000 a month doesn't even cover half. Number 2, California. Annual cost, $121,879. That's $10,157 a month. $4,000 a month there, and you're not retiring, you're struggling. And the number 1 most expensive place to retire to in the United States, Hawaii. Annual comfortable retirement cost, $156,610. That's $13,051 a month. $4,000 a month in Hawaii, you can't even cover housing and food, let alone healthcare or any kind of life. So do you see the gap? Mississippi, roughly $35,300 a year. Hawaii, $156,610 a year. That's a 4.5x difference. For the same label, a comfortable retirement, same country, different financial universe. But to be honest, if all things were equal, I assume most of you would want to retire in Hawaii. I know I would. So remember, tax-friendly does not automatically mean low cost. But in Mississippi's case, it means both. And in Hawaii's case, it means neither. Now, does that mean Mississippi is the best retirement state for every single person? Of course it doesn't. You have to factor in family, healthcare, climate, lifestyle, community. All of it matters, but the numbers are the numbers. And the numbers say $4,000 a month is absolutely possible in the right state. And it's absolutely devastating in the wrong state. Here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Do not choose a retirement state based on one headline. And do not stay in a high-cost, high-tax state just because it's familiar. I've seen people focus on the wrong thing, move with bad assumptions, and then realize much too late that their monthly costs are nothing like what they expected. And now they're stuck. You can make your own decision with your eyes wide open and not get blindsided like so many people do. If you want to compare what it would cost to move from your state to one of these states, I built a retirement state cost calculator. You can put your own numbers and find out for yourself. The link is right down below in the comments. If this video helped you, please do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments, what state are you in right now? Do you like it there? Are you planning on moving? Are you thinking about moving to a different state? And if so, where? I'd love to hear from you. There's a link below where you can book a call with me. If you have some questions, I'll share all my information I gathered over the 25 years I've been helping people. And if you're wondering how the IRMAA or IRMA rules can ruin your retirement budget, watch this video right here next. And until next time, please stay safe, my friends.